The best top expert tips and hacks to make your life better. LifeHakx.
So for a bit of fun, I thought I would end the LifeHakx season this year with a story by Charles Dickens called The Christmas Tree. Now it is broken up into little pieces because it's quite a long story and I have a limited amount of time. But in my best British accent, I am going to proceed to read some of it to you. The Christmas Tree by Charles Dickens. I have been looking on this evening at a merry company of children assembled around that pretty German toy, a Christmas tree. The tree was planted in the middle of a great round table and towered high above their heads. It was brilliantly lighted by a multitude of little tapers, and everywhere sparkled and glittered with bright objects. There were rosy-cheeked dolls hiding between the green leaves, and there were real watches with movable hands and, at least, an endless capacity of being wound up. Dangling from innumerable twigs, there were French polished tables, chairs, bedsides, wardrobes, 8-day clocks, and various other articles of domestic furniture, wonderfully made in tin at Wolverhampton, perched among the boughs as if in preparation for some fairy housekeeping. There were jolly, broad-faced little men, much more agreeable in appearance than many real men, and no wonder, for their heads took off and showed them to be full of sugar plums. There were fiddles and drums, there were tambourines, books, work boxes, paint boxes, sweetmeat boxes, peep show boxes, and all kinds of boxes. They were trinkets for the elder girls, far brighter than any grown-up gold and jewels. There were baskets and pincushions in all devices. There were guns, swords, and banners. There were witches standing in enchanted rings of pasteboard to tell fortunes. There were teetotums, humming tops, needle cases, pen wipers, smelling bottles, conversation cards, bouquet holders, real fruit made artificially dazzling with gold leaf imitation apples, pears, and walnuts, crammed with surprises. In short, as a pretty child before me delightfully whispered to another pretty child, her bosom friend, there was everything and more. This motley collection of odd objects clustering on the tree like magic fruit and flashing back the bright looks directed towards it from every side. Some of the diamond eyes admiring it were hardly on a level with the table, and a few were languishing in timid wonder on the bosoms of pretty mothers, aunts, and nurses, made a lively realization of the fancies of childhood, and set me thinking how all the trees that grow and all the things that come into existence on the earth have their wild adornments at that well-remembered time. When did the dreadful mask first look at me? Who put it on? And why was I so frightened at the sight of it? Is an era in my life. It is not a hideous visage in itself. It is even meant to be droll. Why, then, were its stolid features so intolerable? Surely not because it hid the wearer's face. An apron would have done as much. And though I should have preferred even the apron away, it would not have been absolutely insupportable, like the mask. Was it the immovability of the mask? The doll's face was immovable, but I was not afraid of her. Perhaps that fixed and set change coming over a real face infused into my quickened heart some remote suggestion and dread of the universal change that is to come on every face, and make it still. Nothing reconciled me to it. No drummers from whom proceeded a melancholy chirping on the turning of a handle, no regiment of soldiers with a mute band taken out of a box and fitted one by one upon a stiff and lazy little set of lazy tongs, no old woman made of wires and brown paper composition cutting up a pie for 2 small children could give me a permanent comfort for a long time. Nor was it any satisfaction to be shown the mask and see that it was made of paper, or to have it locked up and be assured that no one wore it? The mere recollection of that fixed face, the mere knowledge of its existence anywhere, was sufficient to awake me in the night, all perspiration and horror, with, "Oh, I know it's coming! Oh, the mask!" But hark! The waits are playing, and they break my childish sleep. What images do I associate with the Christmas music as I set them forth on the Christmas tree? Keeping far apart from all the others, they gave around my little bed an angel speaking to a group of shepherds in a field, some travelers with eyes uplifted, following a star. A baby in a manger, a child in a spacious temple, talking with grave men, a solemn figure with a mild and beautiful face, raising a dead girl by the hand. Again, near a city gate, calling back the son of a widow on his bier to life. A crowd of people looking through the opened roof of a chamber where he sits and letting down a sick person on a bed, the same in a tempest, walking on the water to a ship again on a seashore, teaching a great multitude, again with a child upon his knee and other children around again, restoring sight to the blind, speech to the dumb, hearing to the deaf, health to the sick, strength to the lame, knowledge to the ignorant, again, dying upon a cross, watched by armed soldiers, a thick darkness coming on, the earth beginning to shake, and only one voice heard, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." Among the later toys and fancies hanging there, as idle often and less pure, be the images once associated with the sweet old waits, the softened music in the night, ever unalterable. Encircled by the social thoughts of Christmas time, still let the benign figure of my childhood stand unchanged. In every cheerful image and suggestion that the season brings, may the bright star that rested above the poor roof be the star of all the Christian world. A moment's pause, O vanishing tree, of which the lower boughs are dark to me as yet, and let me look once more. I know there are blank spaces on thy branches, where eyes that I have loved have shone and smiled, from which they are departed. But far above I see the raiser of the dead girl, and the widow's son, and God is good. If age be hiding for me in that unseen portion of thy downward growth, oh, may I, with a grey head, turn a child's heart to that figure yet, and a child's trustfulness and confidence. Now that the tree is decorated with bright merriment and song and dance and cheerfulness, and they are welcome, innocent and welcome be they ever held, beneath the branches of the Christmas tree, which cast no gloomy shadow, but as it sinks into the ground, I hear a whisper going through the leaves. This in commemoration of the law of love and kindness, mercy and compassion. This in remembrance of me. And LifeHakx will be taking a short Christmas break, but we will be back in the new year with fabulous experts and top tips and hacks. And one of our experts, Laura Newberry, will be talking about her Back to Fitness app. She also is offering a 6-week Freedom from Pain to Fitness challenge. So this is something that you should really, if you have the chance, look into before the new year, because the number of spaces in her classes are limited. So you can check out her Back to Fitness app, and you can check out her website, which is pilatesbacktohealth.com. We will also be posting blogs throughout the holidays, throughout the Christmas break. So check out our LifeHakx at lifehakx.com. That's with a K and an X. From the LifeHakx team to you, we hope that you have a tranquil holiday. Stay safe, stay calm, and stay well.
LifeHakx. LifeHakx.com. That's with a K and an X.